Come in. What the hell, man?
There's your money. Just make the computer or whatever.
What do you mean make a computer? It's not that sick.
Listen, I really don't care. Just do what you want. Bye.
What do I do now? Now, for a bit of context. For the past 5 years, I've been using one of those crappy all-in-one desktop computers. It was bad. Like, really bad. It was so bad that calling it a potato PC was giving it too much credit. I knew I had to get a new one. And considering that I am a PC building enthusiast, I decided to build one. So, I got some money, and I started getting to work.
Ooh, I'm gonna be all up in those feet. Oh, I'm gonna just be sucking on each one of those tootsies. You can't hide them from me.
First off, I decided to split my budget into two parts. 600 for the actual PC, and another 200 for the peripherals. Now, if you want to build a computer, you need to know all of the parts and what they do. There are a total of 8 parts, and they can be split into 2 categories. The main parts and the supporting parts. The main parts are the CPU, GPU, RAM, and storage. These are vital for a computer to run, and you can physically not have a computer without them. Now for the supporting parts. The supporting parts are the motherboard, case, power supply, and CPU cooler. These don't actually do much of the processing themselves, but they are used to support the other components. So that's just the rough concept of the parts I've chosen. But obviously, I'll go into more detail later when I've actually built the computer, and I'll explain what I chose for each part. So, anyways, now that we got that out of the way, now it's time for the big...
I'm an untrained meteorologist reporting on the snow. I mean, it's in the streets. God damn!
So, I ordered the parts, and then I had to wait. And wait. And wait. So yeah, we waited, and they came in drips and drabs, starting off with the
RAM, 16 gigabytes. I think like 200 meg. I don't know. Thermal paste case. Mouse pad. That's all it says. I mean, apart from that, I don't think I can read that. Yeah, no, I can't read that. Anyway, mouse pad. And the zip ties were a bit too small. I thought they would be like thicker, like the ones you get at stores. But it's fine. So what is in this? Look at this. Spare pieces of cart. I know what all of this is. Okay. Let's do it like this. So the case is gonna be the Montech X3 mesh version, because I think Montech is a W company and I like it. RGB controller from Game Max. I don't know what, this was like the only good one I could find without spending hours searching for it. The thing that's weird though, I don't know why it came in a Scan case, because Scan is a completely different company. So what's in here? Oh, those are my headphones. Let's go. Headphones, Steel Series Nova 1. Because yes. The keyboard, RK Royal Clutch 61. 60% keyboard, which is why they called it 61. It's fine. And the king, the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. Guys, I was like, I'm stupid. When I was like cutting the boxes to like fold them up and put them in like the bin, I realized I forgot about the SSD. It was in the box and I did not see it. It's a Silicon Power UD90 1TB SSD. I also forgot to do the other package. Okay, I have alcohol, isopropyl, zoom focus, isopropyl alcohol for your go-to health and That's not what I'm using it. I'm using it to clean this stuff. So yeah. Outside. Yes. So I got another package. We can already see like half the stuff inside it. I'm just gonna. Yo. That. I think that's all of it. Wait. Okay, so let's go through this in order of, I don't know, like coolness or something. Yeah, coolness. So, this is the power supply. Not cool, but it's useful. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's a power supply. It's the MSI MAG A650BN power supply, which is 80 plus gold. I was about to say 60 plus. 60 plus bronze. What am I saying? 60 plus bronze. These are the dimensions, which you probably don't care because this is not your power supply. Gigabyte. This is the ultra durable UD. That's what it stands for. I actually didn't know that until I got this box. The B550M. B550M. Think about it. B550M. DS3H. Ultra durable motherboard, AM4 sockets. AMD socket AM4. So this supports Ryzen 5000, which we need. B550, obviously. And yeah, guess what? I got a 4060 GeForce RTX 4060, which is an MSI VENTUS Black X 2X. It looks like that. I don't know why everyone's hating on it. I kind of like it, and also it's overclocked. So yeah, so it's good. It has 8 gigabytes of DDR6 RAM, GDDR6 RAM. So that makes it good. So all of these things, if you wanna spend time looking over this, which you probably don't, you can.
Now that I've got all the parts, it's time to actually start building.
Okay, so I have all the parts now, but I need them to be organized. That's better. Okay, so that's everything. We're gonna start building.
Also, before we actually start, there are people that helped me build the computer and I'd like to give credit to them. There's Fireboy, who's a good friend of the channel, and other people like Lightningdude, Sudoknight, and ZachPlays2010. I also had another friend who, for the sake of simplicity, we'll just call him, well, him. So with that out of the way, let's get back to the build. So first, I got the motherboard to get out of the bag and put it on the box. Then I took the CPU out of the box and put it onto the motherboard.
Oh, no way, you got that first try.
Then I got the RAM and stuck it into slots 2 and 4 for a dual channel configuration. Then I installed the M.2 SSD and mounted it down using a screwless mounting system that came with the motherboard. Things are going smoothly so far with little interruptions. I hope it will stay like that in the future. Then I got to the cooler. I unpackaged it and
chicken jockey, chicken jockey.
Anyways, and I started putting on the spacers and the bracket. But there was a problem.
You're bleeding, that's why you...
Oh, turns out the cooler had cut me and I started bleeding. So, I had to wash my hands while him installed the cooler for me. After this, I decided to give the system a boot before we actually put it into the case, just to see if all of the parts were working. So I plugged in this power supply, plugged in the graphics card, and just test booted it with the monitor. This is the moment of truth. I put the screwdriver on the power switch, which was literally just a pin, and
It's going.
Nice. It's not on you, idiot.
Yo, yes!
it worked. Like, it actually worked. I was overjoyed, but I was not done. After this, I prepped the case, putting in the power supply and routing all the cables just to make it easier for me. Then, I mounted the motherboard. This was a bit hard, but it was not nearly as hard as the cooler. Then I spent roughly an hour on cable management, which I did off screen, and it's still trash, but it's better than nothing. So I did that, and then I put in the GPU.
What thing?
You know how you unscrew those two brackets?
Wait, is it going? Yeah. No.
I heard a crunch. I don't know why, and I tried to pull and get it out, but it wouldn't come out. I even had to get my friend him to help me. And even then we tried and tried. Eventually, we got it out. And it turns out that I had unscrewed the wrong GPU brackets on the case. And when I tried to align the GPU with that, I got my GPU caught on something on the motherboard. And I still don't even know what it was now. All I know is that the problem was fixed. Anyways, I inserted the GPU and then booted it. And it worked. It actually worked. Finally built my first computer. Obviously this is not the end of the story. I had to download drivers, install games and all of that stuff. But all of that was done off screen and it took like a day. So anyways, the computer was done.
Yes!
So, 1 month later, what do I think? First of all, this computer is leaps and bounds ahead of the one that I used to have. The all-in-one desktop computer could barely run Minecraft at 30 FPS with sodium. However, this one can run shaders, mods, maximum render distance, all with around 60-70 FPS. Like, the difference is like night and day. And along with that, I've tested other games like Fortnite, and I put the FPS counts somewhere up there. Now, I've also had console, and compared to a console, this is still at least 10 times better than what I've had. So far, I've had a PS4 and 2 Nintendo Switches as my console. The difference is extraordinary. I understand that the consoles that I've had are not incredibly powerful, like the PS5 Pro and the Xbox Series X and S. But still, if I had bought these high-end consoles instead of this computer, I would probably regret it. With this computer, I'm able to play games, record videos, run AI models, do 3D modeling, among other things. Heck, I'm even editing and recording this video on the computer. Now, the actual experience. The experience of building a computer is magical, honestly. If you have the capability, or at least you think, you don't even have to know everything. If you think you can do it, you probably can. It's not that hard, really. You just need to do a bit of research. By a bit, I mean a lot. And you just need to understand how things work. And please, for the love of God, do not screw up. But you may think that these mistakes are almost inevitable, which they're not. With careful planning and knowing what each part does and where it goes, you can avoid 99.999% of mistakes. There'll always be one or two that slip between the cracks, but those are either easy or you can just ignore altogether. And the biggest payoff of it all was seeing that computer work. That was so satisfying, especially coming from someone who's always wanted to make a computer. I'll put the list of the parts that I used in the description and the total price, but some of the key parts of my system are things like the graphics card, which is the RTX 4060. It's a decent card and I got it for £50 off, so it was kind of worth it. Along with the 5800X. I got that one for I think around £20-30 off, but it was more of a last minute purchase than something well thought out, because I realised I need more processing power for things like video editing and some of the games I would be playing, so I decided to get the 5800X. It still worked with the motherboard, so I didn't really have to consider it that much. That just made the price go a bit higher than normal. If you wanted to replicate my system, you should probably go for the 5600 or the 5600X. Or maybe even consider going on to the newer AM5 platform with these at the 7600 or the 9600 or their X variants. Anyways, if you've watched till the end, consider liking and subscribing. And I have a lot in work for the future, so I think it'll be pretty fun. I think you'll like it. Well, anyways, thanks for watching and see you all later.